Hey guys, today I will be discussing the rationale behind the design of my map, StagePlay. StagePlay is a King of the Hill map in TF2, designed primarily around a theatre. This design map features many different things in common with a theatre, such as a stage, curtains to duck behind, a camera room, balconies, seats to duck behind, and lots of backstage areas. The purpose of the map is to be a close quarters, fun, chaotic map. At the end of it, it's meant to be small, it's meant to be short, it's meant to be sweet. Pickups are located variously around the maps, and these include obviously ammo and health pickups, designed in areas to draw players into the open, into where they could be shot, from vantage points, from close corridors. The idea of this map is that someone wants to keep moving, they don't want to camp, they don't want to sit down. It's constant end-to-end action, something that TF2 kind of fails at in my opinion. Now the map is completely symmetrical from the middle, with each capture point being at equilateral distance from both the other and from the stage, meaning that no class, no team, nobody has an advantage when it comes to getting to the point as quick as you can, which for some classes, like the Scout, may be quite helpful. Many things need to be considered when designing a map, from sightlines and viewpoints, all the way to gimmicks and areas where characters can get ahead. Now, this is not seen any better than the balconies in the main room. Now, in the main room, there are 5 balconies, 2 on each side, and 1 in the middle. Now, this is amazing because not one team has an overpowered sightline that views into the opponent's spawn. Meanwhile, the stage is overlooked on all points, but the only vantage point with cover is the main point at the back, which also leaves you very vulnerable to classes like the Spy, which has many different routes and flanks for it to move around the map stealthily but quickly, which massively benefits their class. But are they broken? Absolutely not, because these tight corners play very key to the pyro. Tight corridors, thin alleyways, dead blind corners. This is it's a pyro's dream, because with all of this in mind, characters, it's quite difficult to get away. Does this make them overpowered? No, it doesn't, because long sightlines allow for snipers. Now this map does feature a lot of long sightlines. Are they overpowered sightlines? Absolutely not, because any character can sneak up behind or take advantage of a sniper if they are easily distracted. My going point is, much like in the main room, where a soldier can rocket jump up to the balconies or a soldier can hop over the chairs, this map was designed so that every class can benefit but every class can struggle, therefore making it as balanced as it can be, viable for any class. It really does depend on how you play and how you want to play the map. Now, upon the first playtesting session, a couple of things did get brought up, such as everything was very, very, very close together. Everything was really crammed in. While this is what I was going for originally, there was a point where it did feel too small, and this was correctly highlighted by players. And so I expanded the spawns outwards, bringing in more options, more routes. Now players can go straight forward into the main room, they can go left, they can go up right out of the spawn room, but also have the distance to get ready, to look, to think what they're going to do, to adjust on the fly, rather than being forced to go down one alleyway. These new spawn doors obviously will all take you out in different directions, meaning that camping is not possible. Upon a second playtesting, there was a lack of flank routes available as a result of the new spawn changes, because once it takes you out into that corridor, I guess there isn't really many other routes to go. So a further room was added all the way at the back to provide another risky, but another flank route for a spy to take, featuring ease of access up to the back vantage point, which alleviated the pressure on the stage, only so slightly, but enough, but also providing complete blind corner access to classes like a engineer who might want to place a sentry turret right on that corridor. The point is, everything was introduced following feedback to improve the flow of the map and to mesh everything together, all the class abilities, obviously the point itself being on the stage, everything was meshed together to form one cohesive but really chaotic experience for the players. Now, while I quite love this map, I can understand if people don't. After all, it is very fast paced, it's very snappy. There is no moment of rest. Once you leave your spawn, you are going back and forth and fighting. While there are buffer zones, it is very tightly packed. So players who prefer to take their time and wait for their moment might not enjoy this map, which is fair enough. Every map can't cater to everyone all at once, but what it can do is provide a balanced and fun gameplay experience regardless. This map offers options, it offers routes, it offers anything for your class to use and to effectively navigate the map with. Whether you are playing soldier, medic, heavy, there is always something on this map for you to use, and one way for your character to go, at least. And this can all change up depending on what the enemies are doing. At the end of the day, this is a very, very, very balanced but very, very chaotic map, which is exactly what I was going for at the start. I believe the only way I could see that I could have improved this further, maybe, I probably could have added a blind cover into the middle of the map. Maybe like a column in the middle. Maybe I could have added one extra flank route that went to the backstage area. I believe I could have added that, but I didn't really want to overload on the flank routes too much. But I definitely could have done that. But that being said, yeah, I'm glad I designed this map. I quite love it. I think it plays into the aspect of it being a theatre really, really well, using different aspects of the design in order to further the gameplay experience. And overall, I believe it's a pretty good map.